Well, good morning, guys. Got a little bit different type of content and video for you again. I have 8 young ladies coming over in about a month, so I need to get something prepared for them. They're the feather kind that lay eggs and they cackle a lot, you know. What we're going to be building is it called a chicken tractor? Something like that. Basically, you have free-range chickens, sort of. They're eating all the free-range stuff in the natural grass, but they stay in their cage and you just move the cage to a new spot. So my base or my foundation is 10 by 6. I'm going to have it 4 feet tall in their little grazing area. I'm going to have a 4 by 6 little coop or barn or whatever over here, and that's going to be 2 feet off the ground. So they'll have open sun, they'll have shade, they can go up into their coop to roost and to lay. I just don't know, I'm flying by the seat of my pants here. I have no plans, no measurements, nothing, okay? This is the way we do things here, right? From this side? Yeah. There you go. This one here. There you go. Close. See what we're doing here. Alright, I have my 4 corner posts for the pin, 4-foot pin area done, a 5th one for where our door is going to latch against or hinge on. I have 2 2-footers that need to go on these corners, but I think I'm going to throw my 6 by 6 square on top and get that settled, just because it's here and waiting, and then I'll grab these 2-footers and weld them on. I have a perfect 4 feet from here to the outside edge, and I really want to retain that because, you know, here in the US, sheet supply would come in 4 feet widths. So if I hang this off to the outside, then I'm going to have an odd 1.5 inch strip that I'm going to have to rip on the table saw and add in there, and you know, a guy likes to avoid that extra work if he can. So I'm still going to attach this one here on the face of this, like so, and probably flush with my square tubing on each end. And then I'm going to mount this outside cross beam and my joist going towards the center there on top of this 2x2, which means I have to come up with a way to attach these to our square tubing. Alright, here's what I've got going on. We're just going to box that in with this angle iron, kind of like that. I'll just weld it along the two sides. I don't think that really matters. I'm not going to bother capping off the top anyway. Probably the more ventilation the better, but either way, this is what this is going to look like, and then I can just attach my joists, my flooring to that. So probably a piece 4 or 5 inches long like this, and then I can make my corner connection and it would stay put. So moving on.
Attaboy, little girl!
Alright, I got my joists in. If 16-inch centers would have come out correct on a 6-foot wide area, I would have done that, but I did it on 24-inch, and that's going to be plenty strong enough for a few chickens, honestly. I mean, they're not going to be that hefty, you know. So that's good to go. Now I'm going to put my sheeting down on there, just some OSB chipboard, you might call it. So we're already 4 foot wide, which is perfect. I just need to slice 2 foot off of the end here, and then we screw that down. All right, in the end, we have something that resembles this, obviously, I guess. I'm not going to build them all with you. They're all going to go together exactly the same. But we'll test fit this one, and then I'll show you how I'm going to attach it. Oh yeah. Perfect. Now I've had a call to supper, so I'm not going to miss that. So we'll see you later. Alright, hidden back there against the wall are all of the panels and the door. I think there's 9 total I made, and those will be the last to go in, probably. And this edifice here that has been constructed, sorry about the sunlight. Last few days I've been working on it. I have been figuring out my coop and how I want to do it. And that will probably continue until I am completely done, and then there will be no more to figure out. But I've got the basic structure, how I wanted to do it, built, and I'm doing it a little bit differently than most would. While I'm here, I'll just say that originally the coop was just going to be, the roof was going to end here, and then the back 1 foot here was all going to be their nesting boxes, but I decided to extend the roof all the way back so that water would not be pouring right on the box. Now that's not typical. Typically this thing is hanging off the back side. We'll take a closer look at it all in the end, but for now I'm going to disassemble all of this and then start attaching it to our floor for good. So we're really starting to look like something. I've got my front wall exterior all cut out and it was fitting right, but I have to finish it before I can install it because of all the iron work that goes up against it. Now I went to my local lumber yard and picked up Penafin. Never used it before. Says it is transparent penetrating oil finish. It's in a walnut, I believe, dark walnut. UV protection, waterproof, mold and mildew protection. The guy there said he had some recommendations for it, for whatever that's worth. So I have a feeling in a year's time we'll know whether it's any good or not. Okay, just a brief update, guys. I've been working like crazy every chance I get, and we're getting there slowly. So I've got the main exterior put on. Been working on a lot of the little things, the little doors. I've got this. I can't even get far enough away anymore to get it in the shot. But I've got this door going on with plastic trim and so forth. I'll have a rod from here through that frame so we can just pull this open from outside next to the doors. I want everything that we do all on one side. So our little walk-through door is going to be over there. Let me come around. This is what this is looking like. Now these are dead air pockets because of how I've built this. I forget if I already mentioned that before, but eventually if we feel like it, if I feel like it, I can cut doors in there, put hinges on it, and you'd have, I don't know, about a 10 by 12 little storage room in there if you want to keep some feed or brush or whatever, you know, to sweep the thing out. This is what the inside's looking like. I had a bunch of 1.5 inch styrofoam insulation laying around, so I used all of that. And then I had some 3/4 of that really dense Pink Panther stuff, you know. No Clueso, just a Pink Panther. So it's all insulated in there, and then up top I've got the 1.5 inch foam directly above the living quarters here. Yesterday I was working on a screen ventilation. It'd be more efficient, I suppose, under the eaves up there. But I thought, you know, why wouldn't I keep it out of the weather? So if it's raining, if it ever does rain again in Kansas, then obviously no weather could get into it. So gonna finish this up. I gotta finish staining and sealing the outside here. Got to build a little door here. So I'll have our clean out door, our walk-in door, our rod so we can let them out or shut them up for the night there. I'm going to put my roofing material on. I'm going to put my inside sheeting in there, and just keep moving. Now things are coming along nicely, as you can see. I'll show you the inside in a minute, but I want to put some waterproof flooring in so it can easily be cleaned out. You know, you just don't mess up the wood. So bought a remnant of this loose lay vinyl flooring, made a pattern out of paper in there, and then cut this out. So I hope it's at least close. So we're going to throw this in there. Get that done. Alright, for now the coupe is basically done. There are a few little details and I'll go over it and show you everything outside once we have some room. But I'm calling it quits for now. Now I'm going to weld on my landing gear so I can roll. Then we'll put our hardware cloth, our panels in, you know, and then we'll be pretty much done. So let's get to welding. Okay, one last job, and that's to put all the screens in. So let's go. The moment of truth. Getting over the edge of the concrete's a problem. Oh, taking you out. Well, it has been a long, full Saturday of working on this thing, and I wanted to get it out of the shed today, no matter what. So, not quite absolutely finished, but getting pretty close. It's not a dog tractor, don't get in there. Some things I need to do yet: a latch and a handle on the main door. I want to get some more of this metal trim and put it down here just to get water away from the end grain of the siding. But let's just take a look. Let's just walk around. I would say roughly 80-90% recycled material, easily. Most of the lumber was recycled. The siding, of course, is new. Some of the plastic trim was new. The jack is new. The tires are new. Just about everything else I repurposed, had laying around. All the hardware, of course, all the screws are new. And this is just an idea. Now, in my area, we have the coyotes are a problem, and a lot of raccoons. The dog keeps them at bay, but nothing's more tempting than a chicken, you know. So I built this thing to last and to be absolutely secure. Well, at least I hope so. So that's why I built it like I did. If that's not a problem, just get 3/4 plywood. You can make walls, you know, just like you'd find at a farm and ranch store, a chicken coop at a farm and ranch store. It's just made out of 3/4 plywood, screwed together, and away you go. There's 100 different ways you could build what I have going on here. I built it to last and to be secure because it's quite necessary out here. So we're looking at, like I said, 8 chickens. So I've got a 4-spot nesting box, which they like to double up, and they like to find a favorite nesting box, and then everyone uses it, you know, often. So that will be plenty adequate. I've got roosting boards up here. Should be enough room for all of them. We've got our waterproof vinyl, fancy vinyl flooring, so we can just sweep all the muck out. That'll be fine. We got the vent in that wall. Secure latch. Got a nice jam in here so the door can't be forced in. And then no chicken is going to be able to force that lock out. Got our ventilation door here. Got our access to the nest, to the eggs. I may get some weather stripping and put it on here just to make it more secure. And then, like the old-fashioned 20s, 30s model car hood hold downs, you know what I'm talking about? They make rubber ones they use on mowers sometime or on farm implements. I want to get 2 of those rubber hold down latches. So I don't know if a raccoon could ever figure out, I'm sure they could, to lift this up, but that would just keep the eggs secure. We got a little ramp going up to the entry and exit for them. And we work that with the rod like you saw. So everything we need access to is on this side. Before next winter, I may want to insulate and sheath the bottom, the floor, just keep them a little warmer. So we'll keep that in mind. That's something to do. Going over this uneven ground, I kind of wish I would have set the tires maybe 1/2 inch lower so that it was predisposed to be lifting off the ground already. When I jack it up, it'll move great on level ground, but as soon as I get a little hump in the dirt, then it doesn't want to. But you know, we can hook it to the mower, the 4-wheeler, whatever, and it'll pull anyway. So this was just my idea of trying to make it as simple, cheap, and basic as possible as far as the tractor part of it. Got a little hook here. This is just a coal forge, a blacksmith coal rake. I'm going to make maybe a 3 or 4 foot rod to hook there, and then go down to something like this on this end also, so that it can be hitched to a hitch, you know, or you can grab it like a handle. This is just something I had laying around, so that needs to be built also. But other than that, the main thing is done. I've got to get back to working on vehicles, and we'll continue to play around with this and modify it and improve it where we need to. But hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this little bit different kind of video, and hopefully I can get some good breakfast out of this, some good cake, you know, so forth. So there we go. Thanks for watching. God bless. See you on the next one.